I would like to do a second example, drawing the derivative of a curve, which this time doesn't have any corners. So the derivative curve actually won't have any discontinuities of any kind. So one of the first things that you can do, like low-hanging fruit I suppose, is look for local extrema. These are places where the graph f will have derivative equal to 0. The tangent line will be horizontal. So at these two locations f prime is equal to 0, and that means that I need to draw a point in the graph, an x-intercept for f prime at these two locations. I'm going to estimate those two locations and draw red dots at those places. Now in general, I know that my graph f goes uphill, then downhill, then uphill as we read it from left to right. And what that means is f prime will be positive and then negative and then positive. But I feel that I can do better than that, because I don't know if maybe this thing is very steep, how low does it go, maybe it's really broad and shallow, so I need a little bit more approximate information to draw a nice graph of f prime. So what I'm going to do is look at several places in the graph and draw a few more red dots that I can connect to make a nice derivative graph. To get started, take a look at this left piece of graph over here. It appears that although this isn't a straight line, that the slope is about 4, right? In 1 unit over, it does go 4 units up. I know it's steeper over here than here, but really this is just approximating, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say in the middle here that the slope, the derivative, is approximately equal to positive 4, and so I'm going to mark a point up here at, I'd say, negative 6.5 comma 4. Secondly, I'm going to take a look at some point. I'm going to go halfway in between these two local extrema here, and I'm going to take a look at this region. It looks to me like the slope becomes approximately negative 1. It goes from 0, it gets more and more negative, and then it goes back up to 0. But how low does it go? Around this area, it appears to me to be negative 1. And so I'm going to plot a point down here. I'm going to say that I believe the slope to be approximately negative 1 here, and so here's where I plot a dot. Finally, at this area here, the slope looks to be about positive 3, and so I'm going to grab a point where I believe that the slope is approximately 3 and draw a dot right here. And now I have a really strong idea of where this derivative curve should be, and I'm able to connect the dots and get something pretty darned accurate.